Hello, and today in our textbook we're doing 4E, all in the mind, on page 38. So tell me, do you have strong willpower? Do you have strong willpower to exercise? Do you have strong willpower to study? Do you believe that the mind has the power to control fear? Do you believe that the mind has the power to overcome physical pain? Do you believe that the mind has the power to help you recover from some kind of illness? Do you believe that the mind has the power to make things move, or maybe even read other people's minds? If we look at these photos on page 38 and 39, we can see people doing things by using the power of their mind. So they're trying to achieve something just by using their mind. Okay, let's read through the text first. Firewalking. Walking across burning coals or red-hot stones has a long tradition. It became popular in Europe and the USA in the 1970s, and many people went on training courses to learn the skill. They believed that firewalking was good for their mind and body and might even give them mystical powers. Actually, the ability to walk over hot coals has more to do with physics than mind over matter. The heat doesn't pass quickly from the coals to the walker's feet, particularly if they keep moving. If you do it properly, there is little risk of injury. In 2002, 30 managers from the KFC fast food chain went on a team-building trip which included firewalking. 20 of them had to go to hospital in order to get medical treatment for burnt soles. They used red-hot wood instead of coal. B. Hypnosis. In the 1770s, a doctor called Franz Mesmer started to treat his patients in Paris with a strange new technique. He held their thumbs, pressed their stomachs, and then played music on an instrument made of glass. Mesmer didn't know it, but he was using a form of hypnosis. These days, hypnosis still has medical uses, but most people are familiar with it because of stage hypnotists. These performers ask for volunteers from the audience so they can hypnotize them. In this state, the volunteers do all kinds of strange and funny things. They eat onions as if they were apples, or they act like animals or giant babies. The hypnotist seems to have control over their minds. Although the main purpose is entertainment, some people find the idea of mind control worrying. The British government even passed a law in 1952 in order to protect the public from irresponsible hypnotists. Most scientists believe stage hypnotism does not involve real mind control. The volunteers are extroverts who want to help the performer to put on a good show. C. Telekinesis. In the 19th century, scientists became interested in the possibility that some people had the power to move a physical object without touching it. They named this power telekinesis, and over the years, several people have claimed to have it. In 1980, American James Hydrick became famous overnight after appearing on a TV show. Millions watched him as he made the pages of a book turn without touching them. But James Randi, an American magician, was skeptical. He knows the different tricks people use when they pretend to have psychic powers. Randy appeared on a live TV show with Heydrich in order to test his claims. He put small pieces of polystyrene around a book and then challenged Heydrich to turn the pages using telekinesis without moving the polystyrene. Heydrich couldn't do it. Later, Heydrich publicly admitted that he had never had special powers. So, how did the pages move? Simple. He blew them, but he had practiced blowing hard without moving his lips or chest. Okay, so now we go to exercise number 2. Match each section of the text from A to C with 2 of the questions from 1 to 6. Alright, so which mind over matter activity 1 is sometimes used by doctors? It's B. Number 2, caused an injury is A. Number 3, did ordinary people start practicing is A. Number 4, was first studied in the 1800s, C. Number 5, often takes place on stage, B. And number 6, was an American performer suspicious of, it's C. So we go on to number 3, match sentences from A to F below with gaps from 1 to 5 in the text. There is one extra sentence that you do not need. The extra sentence that you do not need is B. So A, however, using the wrong materials can be a disaster is 2. B, we do not need. C, it has been part of ceremonies in many different countries for at least 3,000 years is number 1. D, most viewers were convinced that he had genuine psychic powers, number 5. E, many of these patients showed dramatic improvements, 3. And F, in fact, this was probably unnecessary. So that is 4. Moving along to exercise 4, learn this box, clauses expressing purpose. Grab a pencil and write this in. Number 1, we can use an infinitive to explain the purpose of an action. He went to the Alps to go skiing. Number 2, we can also use these phrases. In order to, plus base form, and so that plus subject plus verb, usually a modal verb, for example, could. Okay, number 5. Let's answer these questions from 1 to 5 about the underlined parts in the text, and we'll use a different clause expressing purpose from that used in the text. So, number 1, why did people go on training courses? Text A. Possible answers, they went on training courses to walk across burning coals. They went on the training course so that they could find out something. Alright, number 2, why did the managers go to hospital? Text A. They went to the hospital in order to be treated for their burnt feet. The managers went to the hospital so that they could be treated for their burns. Number 3, why did the performers ask for volunteers? Text B. A possible answer, the performers asked for volunteers so that they could hypnotize them. Or the performers asked for volunteers in order to hypnotize them. Number 4, why did the British government pass a law in 1952? Text B. Possible answer, the British government passed a law in order to stop hypnotists from behaving irresponsibly, or the British government passed a law so that they could stop hypnotists. And number 5, why did Randy appear on a live TV show with Heydrich? possible answer is Randy appeared on a live TV show with Heydrich in order to prove that Heydrich wasn't telling the truth. On page 39, number 6, read the lookout box, then look at the red words in the text and decide whether they are nouns or verbs. Well, let's have a look here. Mind is a noun. Matter is a noun. Trip, noun. Treat, verb. State, noun. Show, noun. Object, noun. Turn, verb. And homonyms. Homonyms are words which have the same spelling but are not the same word. Sometimes homonyms are different parts of speech. The meaning can be similar or completely different. Let's talk. I had a talk with him. Similar meaning. Meet me at the park, or park your car over there. Different meaning. We go to page 130, 4.3 homonyms. Number 1. Complete the definitions with the words below. Matter, mind, object, show, state, treat, trip, turn. Number 1. Trip, a short journey there and back to catch your foot and fall or nearly fall over. Number 2. Object, a physical thing, or to argue against something. Number 3, show, performance, or to bring somebody's attention to something. Number 4, treat, something nice that makes a person feel good, or to give medical attention to somebody. Number 5, mind, your thoughts and memories, or to feel happy about something. Number 6, matter, the physical substance that things are made of, or to be important. Number 7, state, a condition, usually temporary, or to say, a fact. Number 8, turn, the right time for you to do something, or to move something around or over. And finally, the best part of our lesson is the workbook. And in our workbook on page 34, 4E, all in the mind, we do exercise number 1. Complete each pair of sentences with the same word. Use the words in the box. Okay, so that's all for now. Bye-bye.